Hmm. Making Bacon and Nicholas Sanchez, thanks for joining us tonight. Trying to remember how to turn the music back on. It was a lot of fun listening to that smooth jazz last time. Let's see. I know there's a button for it somewhere. So you go into the settings and that doesn't show up. Hmm. Lightning Q&A, what's that? Oh. Oh yeah, I remember these things. Tiberos, thank you for surfing in. Woo! Yeah, let's put the sticker about music up. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find that little button that will turn on that music. Enjoyed listening to that smooth jazz last time, so that was a lot of fun. Settings, rankings. Enhance music. Here we go. Jazz. Nice. Let's see. Need a couple seconds more to finish getting this set up. How's everyone doing? Everyone having a good day today? What we painting today? I'll show you. All right. So, got a few interesting things on the docket today. I have a new set of Outriders. Let's see. I gave them been playing around with some different Zenithal settings or Zenithal setups, as well as different paints to help give it a big robot in the background. Thanks, Bacon. I'm real excited to talk about this. It's called a Redemptor Dreadnought in just a moment. So what I've done for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for these 6 models is I've based them in a new paint I got. It's called Sword Hilt Burgundy from the Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. Now, Duncan Rhodes, he used to work for Games Workshop. He was one of their official painters, and he would paint the models you see on their box art. Yeah, the man, Duncan Rhodes, is a really popular painter. So much so that when he eventually left Games Workshop, he went and founded his own. He partnered up with another company to start releasing some different paints. So I have a couple here of his that I really like, and one thing that he's doing, well, he's a professional painter by trade, so what he wanted to do was make paints that are more convenient to the painter, and he took a look at a lot of the things that Games Workshop is not doing with their paints, and went and did them for himself. So, for example, Games Workshop sells their paints in these little pots. They're kinda hard to open, and when you do open them, here, let me put this back on the mount real quick. Sometimes these lids have a hard time staying up, or staying in a spot where you can more easily reach the paint and use it easily. And then there's also issues with the proportion of the paint. You can serve it up on this little lip, which is convenient when you're using something like a contrast paint or an oil wash, but not so much for an acrylic. So what he did was he said, you know what? We need squeezy bottles. So you can take this little cap off here, and you can directly proportion out the amount of paint you want to use, and then mix it with water or medium to give it a soft texture. Another thing he did, being a professional painter, he said, okay, Games Workshop paint dries out really quickly, and that's by design. They put some agents in here to make it dry faster. Which is all well and good in a lot of ways, but if it dries too fast, then it can leave behind a weird texture. I'm not quite sure how to describe the texture, but if it dries too fast, then it doesn't set right. So he took a look at the paints and said, you know what? I'm not gonna put those different agents in my paints, so they do take longer to dry. However, when they dry, here's an example. It's this purple color. It ends up a lot more smooth. Yeah, look how smooth it is coming out of the airbrush than most GW paints. Most GW acrylics. I want to emphasize that he highlighted these pain points with the acrylic paints. He, I think, left the company before Contrast 2.0 came out, but I think after Contrast 1 came out, so that is that is a really smooth texture. Yeah, Tiberos, I'm new to airbrushing. I've only gotten my airbrush not too long ago, like maybe a month or less, but it really has helped level up what I've been able to do. Although I will admit, it's a considerable time sink. I've had to relearn a lot of my painting techniques, or try to do it in a way that I have to look for different things using an airbrush than I do with the rattle can and primer. But yeah, it's did I see my Codex Christmas list? Yes! Oh my goodness, GW needs to give the Carcachedon some love. Some of those units you had on there were really good looking. But yes, Duncan Rhodes, he looked at what GW was doing wrong with the acrylic paints, and he said, you know what? I can do it better. So he partnered up with another miniature painting company to release his own line, and he was able to replicate a number of GW's old colors. So like this yellow flame supposedly is almost, or is, a one-to-one match for the very old GW Bad Moon Yellow. It's worth noting, though, that GW did bring back a paint called Bad Moon Yellow, but what that is, I'm looking for it here on my desk, is it's a contrast paint now instead of a normal acrylic paint. So it's when you try to compare this to the Bad Moon Yellow contrast paint that they make now, it is not, it's just a name only. So yeah, so far I've really enjoyed using his paints as a base. What my plan, so many painters will talk about when they're airbrushing yellow, or even using a rattle can white scar primer. They look for either a red or a purple base, so that when they zenithal and do the transition using the Imperial Fist, you get a better range of gradient. Here, let me pull a nice example of that out of my work. One sec. I'm smart for keeping my minis close to me, but I did not put them in a good spot. So here we go. Here is a good example. This Terminator Sergeant was primed with the rattle can of Mephiston Red. So what I did was I primed him first in Mephiston Red, red all the way around, and then I used the rattle can white scar to hit certain highlights. I knew that I'd want him illuminated by my power sword, so I primarily hit him from the front. And so what we got was this back area remained mostly unpainted red, where there was just a few flicks that worked its way back. So then what the zenithal does is the Imperial Fist acts as an agent, where we get the transition from the darker colors to the areas where the light hits the model. That's the whole idea behind zenithal. You're hitting the model from the zenith, the direction where the light should be coming. And that's why I keep a little lamp at a 45-degree angle to my paint. Oh! I dropped my rig. One sec. It's falling all over me. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes, Tybros. Thank you for that paint, for your comment on the paint video. Yeah, that apple barrel was had some good yellows on it. And I was like, I knew I played with those paints growing up. But yeah, playing around and experimenting with zenithal lighting, that's why I keep a lamp here at a 45-degree angle. Also helps light the room when I'm down here in the basement painting. So yeah, zenithal lighting, that is a great way to get some good lighting on some good color highlights on your model. But instead of using the Mephiston Red spray, I wanted to try to replicate a darker highlight by using these this Sword Hilt Burgundy by Duncan Rhodes. So in a moment, once I finish cleaning up my area just a little bitty bit, we can start seeing how this Imperial Fist contract reacts to these different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and move the Duncan Rhodes. I'm going to move the Phalanx Yellow. I'm gonna put this guy back in my box. There we go. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to do this all with one hand. Let's see, gonna grab my charger. We'll be here a while, so we'll want to make sure the phone is charging and does not die. Okay, let's lock it in the mount. We'll put on the painting glove. Yeah, paint gets everywhere when you use an airbrush, so that's why I put everything here in this box. I also wear a glove. Very handy. So let's see what we'll do now. See, I better move this mount just a little bit over to the side. Hang on. Gonna loop this in. Then I'll move it over. There we go. Tighten that up. Let's see. There we go. Let's move that. I got 2 new messages. What does that mean? Yes, Tybros, never buy the white apple barrel. I'm very particular about the whites, the white paint, so I appreciate you giving me that advice. So here we go. What we'll start with is one of these Outriders. So I'll put the Redemptor Dreadnought over here up top. We'll put these other Outriders off to the side. Oh, making bacon. The reason you shouldn't buy apple barrel white? Yes, like Tybros is saying, white is a color of theirs that they give you in a big bottle. And you'd have to use a lot of it really quickly. Or else it'll start expiring in the bottle. And since the apple barrel bottles are pretty big, it's hard to use it quickly. So that is another nice reason why, GW and all the big mini paint companies sell their paints in small bottles. Good in the sense that, paint doesn't last forever. Paint will expire, it'll go bad, and it'll smell bad when it does, if you open it up. And worse, it'll separate and it'll not work right. I have a bottle of I have a pot of Retributor Gold around here somewhere where it, oh, no, I threw it away, thank goodness. It went bad, and it's, what happened to it? It didn't look right, and then it smelt bad. So yeah, paint expires. Thankfully, because you shouldn't be eating paint, they don't need to put a Best By date on it. Remember, everyone, eating paint is bad. Captain Planet says don't eat paint. Alright, let's take our airbrush. Doing something a little different today, too. Let's see, with my... Oh, yeah, like I mentioned last stream, this is a new airbrush. It does have a bigger nozzle, not only on the front end, but in the back end, too, with a bigger paint reservoir. so I don't need as much medium to help get my paint flowing through. Rowboat Girly Man says, seeing people paint miniatures makes me so excited to start my own collection. Yes, Rowboat, you are correct. Warhammer is a hobby with many aspects. The painting and the painting is its own world in addition to the playing. I paint a lot more than I play. So, yeah, I love showing off painting. I love giving these little insights, and I love making sure that, people feel comfortable in their painting. Macon Bacon says, I ate paint chips off the side of the house every morning, and I turned out just fine. Tybro says, painting is my favorite part. Daddy Chief just joined us. He says, what's up, my fellow zealots? Battle brother, thank you for joining us tonight. We are ready to paint with zeal. So, like I was just mentioning, I won't need as much medium to hopefully get the paint to work. Now, like always, when we're using an airbrush indoors, we want to make sure we're in an indoor environment. Wearing a face mask is advised. However, I will readily admit I am not wearing a face mask, so if I get lung cancer in 10 years, that's my own problem. When we start spraying, we don't want to start hitting the model right away. We want to spray into a rag first just to make sure the color comes out the way we want it to. And because we are going to start out by mixing up the medium in the paint first. Well, the medium in the brush first. The reason we start with the medium is because we want to make sure that we don't clog up the insides of our airbrush with the paints. That's obviously more important if we're working with an acrylic paint instead of these liquidy contrast paints, but the principle still holds true. So, we won't need as much medium, but thankfully, well, or not thankfully, since the contrast flows so easily, we'll still want to do some speed paint medium in there. So, going to turn on the compressor. We're going to start it off at 35 pressure per square inch. Oh yeah, another advantage to using bottles with nozzles. It does make it easier to throw into an airbrush. What's on my Warhammer Christmas list? Well, I'm happy to say that I already got what I wanted, which was the Jump Pack Intercessors. Yeah, GW finally released them, and then I bought a box that first weekend, and I was like, I am so happy. However, what I also did, since I was more concerned about having the unit so I could use them in combat, was I just took a box of 10 Assault Intercessors and the old Jump Pack models, and I said, you know what? The rules support it. I'm fine. Rowboat Girly Man asks, is airbrushing essential when it comes to painting, or are brushes just fine? So listen, brushes are just fine. Airbrushes are just another tool to help get different types of texture, get different types of paint styles on the table, but you should use whatever you're most comfortable using. More importantly, whatever you can afford. Warhammer is a money sink. It is a money where you can use up a lot. It is a hobby where you can use up a lot of money very quickly. So, you do you is the phrase I like. So, and yellow's one of those colors where, there is a ton of different ways to make it work based on what you have. So, yeah, yellows, reds, blues, those primary colors are really easy to paint without needing more than a pot of that color and maybe a secondary color for contrast. Not contrast paints, I mean the actual contrasting color. So yeah, it's use whatever you like. Yeah, use whatever you like. Brushes are wonderful. And like I said, I only just started with airbrushing. Michael Smith asked, can you spray paint prime? Yes, you can. And, that's what I've actually done for this model here. What I did was I took a paint I liked, this Duncan Rhodes Burgundy, and I fed it through the airbrush. I used a solution called Medium to help thin out the paint to make it work with the airbrush. And then once I covered the model the way I liked it, I used a white to zenithal it. So yes, you can use an airbrush for priming. Here we go. The yellow's coming out all right onto the test model. So we'll go ahead and start out hitting the zenithal with this contrast medium. Excuse me, with this Imperial Fist contrast. Let's hope it works. Just do a couple small test sprays. Okay, that looks good. Oh yeah, I like what I'm seeing so far. Notice here in this shaded area, where some of that purple was. Oh no, I just tricked myself. That's just the actual shadow of the model. Okay, here we go. Back to the spray. Just doing it a squeeze at a time and moving it around, just to make sure that I'm thoroughly covering the model. Making bacon, yes. This color is called Imperial Fist Contrast. It is a newer yellow paint by Games Workshop. It is a very nice yellow. It looks good applied with brush too, so people were really happy to see how well it works with regular paintbrush as well as through an airbrush. What it is it's unlike some of the other contrast paints, it's a pure pigment. The Mentors have a really hard paint style, yellow with checkered patterns, yes. So with Lamenters, historically yellow has been a very hard color to paint, but this Imperial Fist Contrast has, what's the term, raised the bar, or made it so that painters can raise the bar on their yellow models. So yeah, everything I'm seeing so far I like with the zenithal. We have some natural shadows where that Duncan Rhodes Burgundy contrasts against the white of the model, so that white where it hit is very normal white, but here at the bottom of the model is where we get those shadows. Why is yellow usually hard to paint with? Asked Making Bacon. Well, there used to be a lot of different reasons. Depending on what kind of base you started with. Let's say you wanted to work with a dark base and then transition to a light yellow. You'd probably prime it in black, but black and yellow make green. So you'd have to put a lot of work in with different shades of yellow and bone color to try to make that yellow look convincing, and more importantly, not look green. So there we go. I think we'll call this Outrider a success. Now that we know that those colors are working, I want to try to prime these. I want to try to do these two tactical marines. Now, here's a good example of what I'm talking about, Bacon. So, building up from a base to another color. So both of these models were primed in this 2 coats burgundy, but I used 2 different white pigments and paints to get that color, to get these coats of white. The model on the left was primed with Army Painter matte white air color. One thing that, and the model on the right was primed with Liquitex white ink. Now, as Tyberos knows, I have had a lot of problems using Liquitex in the past. A really, really bad time using Liquitex. So I, with this new paintbrush and some of the different features and settings on it, I said what I want to do is I want to try to give Liquitex a second chance. Because a lot of mini painters will swear by it as a great way to get some really great transitions out of their zenithal, especially using yellow. So I said, okay, I'll use these different settings on the brush and a different type of medium. This is actually a different medium I'm using called Speed Paint Medium. It's more for these liquid paints like contrast paints and speed paints. So I said that'll be a good way to get a little more distance out of this Liquitex. So, I'm about to find out if it it was a lesson learned the hard way, Tyberos. I had to do a lot of work on the models I zenithalled with Liquitex to try to make them look passable. But, since I put in that work and I did that additional research, I'm excited to see how they look against each other. So let's do the matte white first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that matte white is looking really good against the burgundy. Hitting the shadows pretty nice. Oh, yeah, these undershaded areas are looking real nice. We got some good transition from lighter to shadow on this bright pauldron. Oh yeah, and look at the gun. We got a little more detail in the gun. So giving this one more look over. I would say that the matte white was a successful prime. Granted, I knew it was going to be. It's a very consistent paint. That's what made the Liquitex so bad. It was inconsistently applied. So to try to get it more smooth, I did all those changes that were recommended. I have this little test model to see if it will actually work. So here we go. Now's the moment of truth. Ooh. Well, okay. Well, it definitely looks better. We still have these inconsistent clumps that are now highlighted. But I will say it does look a lot better than my last batch trying to get Liquitex to work. Okay, yep. So let me put this down, and then I'll pull out the two models to compare and contrast. To keep things consistent, I'm going to move this model to the right hand, and I'll bring back the matte air in the left. So comparing these two models side by side. So what I want from the Liquitex is what I got from the matte white, where the matte white was consistently and smoothly applied across every angle of the model, so that the transition from the zenithal highlight to the dark shadows of the model would be very consistent. Like Tyveros just says, though, inconsistencies give every model their own unique look. And this is true. And I do like that to some extent. But what I don't like out of the Liquitex is the ink where it would land was that it would clump up in specific areas. Look at this right leg on the model. Between the dots of the leg armor, we can see where it clumped up. We can see where the ink didn't sit well. We can see where it ran. So it does not look like a good smooth paint job on the leg. Now granted, I can cover that up with a different paint, but it wouldn't be a yellow leg anymore. In other areas, like this white, or in this right pauldron, it looks especially bad. This right pauldron, we can see the bits where the paint fell downwards and didn't smoothly run down the model. So I will say that in terms of a zenithal painting or zenithal paint job, we don't get those smooth transitions that we want out of it. So the Liquitex, I'm still going to have to play with a little bit more on these little test models. But I will say it looks a heck of a lot better than the last ones I did, where the paint would clog up in the different areas of the model. And then when I hit it with the yellow, what it would do was, because it didn't set right against the dark red base, it gave the models a glowing neon yellow look. Now, it could be cool to have some glowing yellow neon models, but that's not the look I wanted for my Lamenters. So to try to bring them back to a flat panel look, what I did was I dry brushed Phalanx yellow paint on it. So, again, if I want to keep working with zenithal lighting or zenithal highlighting, I'm going to stick to the matte white for now. However, I do like how most of this model came out with my new Liquitex techniques, so I will be experimenting with that a little bit more in the near future. So let's put those up, and then we'll pull out our next contender. Time for a nice paint job. Now, I am noticing that we are running low on Imperial Fist contrast, so I'm just going to top it off real quick. Let's see, I'm going to give it like 5 drops of medium. And then I'll, like I said, it's hard to really measure out the science of the medium to contrast paint ratio, so that's why I'm only doing a little bit of speed paint medium. Ooh, that was a lot more than I expected. On the flip side, you know, eventually we're going to get to that Redemptor Dreadnought, so we'll have plenty of time to use it all. So we're going to give this a good mix. Make sure we get that medium really mixed in. And watch out, I'm going to sneeze in a moment. Excuse me. Alright. Well, let's take our test rag. Oh, my airbrush turned off. Hold on. There we go. Oh, hear that Hummer purr. There we go. Like that yellow. Alright. This guy will be my sergeant because he has a Reaver helmet. Nice little skull face. Oh yeah, we got some good Zenithal right here. Gonna try not to get the helmet because I want to paint it a bone white. Ooh. Nice, looking good, looking good. I might turn this little splotch into a blood splatter. That'll look cool on him. There we go, we had some nice shadows there. Alright. Yeah, I think this guy came out quite nice. Oh, maybe I'll put some kind of Tyranid head or something under here. That'll make it look like he's crushing it under his boot. That way we get that random splotch of red. Gonna put a little bit more here. But yeah, I'm very happy with this transition. Oh yeah, look at that power pack. There we go. Well, I am very happy with how this guy's looking. A little bit more there. Well, sweet. Yeah, this guy looks quite nice. So we'll move on to the last Outrider. Should be fairly straightforward. We have the pink base, we have the burgundy over it, and then we have the white over top last. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Start from this side though. Yep. Looking good, looking good. I really like how this is coming out. We got some nice transitions there from the top to the shadow. Oh yeah, look at the underside of this arm. We have the bright yellow up top. We have the kind of this brownish color as it goes to the back. Very nice. My flow isn't coming out as smooth. Let me increase the spray on this nozzle real quick. Oh yeah, there we go. Change it from a blast to a burst. still coming out kind of slow. Oh, turned it the wrong direction. My bad. There we go. That's a nice golden look. Oh, very nice, very nice. Yep, giving it a nice golden look. Yeah, there we go. This underside of the right arm is ideally what we're shooting for, where we have the top where the light's hitting very bright yellow, and then it transitions to this darker brown on the bottom. Gives it some realistic shadows. So let's look over the model one more time, make sure we're not missing any nooks or crannies. And I did miss some, so that's why we're hitting this again. Looking good. Hey Machine, thanks for joining us. I'm glad you like watching this stuff. Airbrushing is a lot of fun. So yeah, here we go. We have some good transition from bright yellow up top to dark browns on the bottom. I would say this is a very well shaded model. So let's put him to the side as we prep our big boy. Yeah, here we go. This is what I've been most excited about. One of the big reasons why I've wanted to get into zenithal, not only zenithal shading, but airbrushing, is so that I could level up how I paint my different vehicles. Let's see what I'm doing real quick, is I'm just making sure my tip's clean. There we go. Let's wipe off this excess. All right. Looking good. All right, well, let's get to work. And I turned off my, oh, here we go. Back to 35. And let's see these transitions. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Looking like a well-worn machine. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm very happy with how this is looking. Look at that yellow. Let's widen our funnel a little bit because this is a bigger model. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I really like how this yellow's coming out. Very well shaded. Very happy with it. Yep, we have our yellows, we have our oranges. Yeah, looks like a large machine. Yes! Oh, look at this natural shading going from the bright yellow to the dark orange. That's a good zenithal right there. That's how we know we did it right. Oh, I'm just about out of contrast. But I think I'm just about done. Get the undersides a little bit more. Oh yeah, missed a panel here. Get the underside of this. Okay. Well, this looks like a very nice zenithal. Look how the yellows are transitioning from yellows to dark browns and the dark oranges into shaded areas. So I would say this zenithal priming is a success. Now this poor guy is a model I got used on eBay. They installed his, you'll notice his legs are installed backwards. So he was selling them cheap, and I said, you know what? I can work with that. I can turn this into, something anyone would be proud to model on the field. I like buying used models on eBay, not just because they're cheap, although that is a big reason in and of itself. It's a nice way to breathe life into models that might normally not get a second chance. So yeah, looking this over, I think this is a successful shade. So I'll put this guy down. I gotta stretch my legs real quick. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I gotta feel my leg. I like to sit cross-legged in my chair here, because that helps me pull up real close to the table. Well, sweet. Ooh, Typro says he just finished putting name tags on your Custodes. Do you 3D print your name tags, or where do you get your name tags from? Let's see. Let's bring out everyone we painted here tonight. Oh, I just glue it under their bases. Well, that's neat. So yeah, we got a nice mix of zenithals tonight. I guess in about just a few minutes, the time I had allocated for the stream will end. However, I'll still keep painting here a little bit longer. There are a few things I want to wrap up, so if you can't stay beyond what we have scheduled tonight, thank you so much for joining us. We got a lot of hard work done, and I'm real happy with what we got done together. Oh, Typro says he gives them name tags so that when they die, I can say, you killed so-and-so. Oh, that's neat. I love it. That's one of the fun things about Warhammer is, the stories you make and the stories you tell along the way. Kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but you don't commit to one long campaign. You just have one 5-hour battle. Well, sweet. So here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to, like we just talked about, since we decided Matt White is still... Oh, my Telemon Dread is named Ares. God of War. I like it. Has anyone here played the new God of War DLC? If you haven't, and I haven't, it's good. I've just had all the story leaks on TikTok. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out the last little bit of my yellow in here with some airbrush cleaner. And then I'll prime this model white. There we go. Oh, yep. And then we'll... Oh, we gotta turn the airbrush back on. It sets into, it turns itself off if it's not running the saved battery. So here we go. We're spraying. Let's put a little more airbrush cleaner in there. Oh, yep, that yellow is almost out of the system. Do a little bit more. We got to get all that out before we spray the white. Otherwise, that zenithal won't set right. There we go. Looking good. Oh, we are so close to getting that all out of the system. Let's see. Typro says... Oh, he said something real good. Let me move my mount. My shield captain and the Vexilla Praetor are named Phobos and Deimos, and they guard Ares. Nice! Nice work there. Good use of the classic Greek heroes. Let's see, let's add just a little bit more airbrush cleaner to this. We want to make sure that yellow's all the way out before we add in the white. Okay, and I think we're almost there. We almost have that all out. Dang it. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll unscrew this, the reservoir cap. And I'll stick a little Q-tip in there to try to coax that last little bit out. There we go, got a little bit at least. Alright, now I'll apply that airbrush cleaner. Just going to put it directly in here instead of tie the cap back on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we got it. All right, so let's put this back to the side. Oh yeah, you know what? It looks, based on how this piled up over here on the bottom right-hand corner, maybe that last little bit of yellow was here in the reservoir rather than the airbrush itself. So there we go. Now that we got that taken care of, we're gonna put the cap on our speed paint medium, and we're gonna switch to airbrush medium because the Army Painter Matte White is an acrylic paint instead of contrast or speed paint. It really is important to make sure that we put the right the right paint with the right medium, so that we get the desired textures out of what we're going with. So to make that sound less bro-y, let me try that again. Okay, we want to make sure that the right medium goes with the right paint, because these two different mediums will get different chemical reactions out of the different paints. Speed paint medium is a lot more loose than contrast paint or speed paint. So when it reacts with the science of the different pigments, it'll come out. They'll stick together better on the actual model. What regular medium does is it breaks those apart. So that's why when we're working with an acrylic paint, we want to use an acrylic medium. So let's go ahead and stick 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of medium in there. And then the matte white. Stuck 4 in there, so let's do 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My paint mixing stick looks like it still is drying yellow, so instead of using a normal... Well, shoot, how am I going to mix this? Let's take this old brush that I don't really use anymore, and then we'll mix the white that way. You know what? Let's actually stick a little more white in that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drops should be enough. Here we go. We'll give that a good mix. We'll wick that off. And now, let's do our test spray. Oh, yep, that comes out just right. So now let's go ahead and zenithal the model. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's coming out not as smooth as I want. Okay, there we go. We just needed to do a longer test spray, I suppose. I'm using up that white fast, though, so I might need to mix up a little more. Let me at least try to do... Oh, I also have my nozzle set too wide. That's why I'm... Yeah, okay. So I messed up a little bit here. Yep. So let's try to save it by first tightening it. Oh, that's too loose. Yeah, we'll let this dry for a moment, and then we'll go in with the more matte white. But yeah, you can see that it's because I had my nozzle set too wide. Uh, Instead of applying it directly to the areas, it all kind of piled up on each other, almost like Liquitex. So yeah, definitely didn't mean to accidentally make a Liquitex, but can't be helped sometimes. I will say though, this is the start of a nice zenithal. We have the whites hitting good highlights, and when we do give it that yellow, we should get the same kind of transitions that we got here on the outside, on the Outriders. So yes, I am definitely happy with what we got out of this so far. Let's check up on our Redemptor while we're waiting for this to dry. It looks like the contrast is just about dried here. I really like the yellow highlights we get, especially here on this right pauldron, where it starts, you can see where it's lit by the sun. It's going from the lighter shade to the darker shade, and then we have this bright yellow highlight here between the panel gaps. So yeah, I'm very happy with how this guy came out. There's a couple things I'll have to get with a brush, but that's expected because, I have to do these robotic joints some kind of silver gray. I didn't plan on painting those yellow, but these different panels are handling the transition the way I thought they would, and more importantly, the way I wanted them to. The hard thing, though, were these angel wings. Thankfully, we did have our airbrush set to give us some control so that they could... so we could keep those mostly white. I'll still hit them up with some Corax white. Then probably some Nun Oil. No, maybe Seraphim Sepia. That's what I'll do. Seraphim Sepia. And then dry brush them Army Painter Matte White to get those to build that white volume back up. So there we go. I like that. So while this is drying, I do have to run off to the bathroom real quick. I'm just going to be in and out real fast. So stay here, enjoy the jazz, and I'll be back with y'all in just a moment. Sorry about that. Thanks for staying tuned. All right. Let's put the painting glove back on. And then we're going to be set. There we go. Gotta love that painting glove. So we'll put this guy off to the side. Let's take a look at this paint job. Well, it's still drying, I'll tell you that. And it definitely needs another coat of white. I'll tell you that too. So here's what I'll do. To make sure that the paint doesn't gum up inside the airbrush, I am going to clean it out. However, we'll work on detailing some of our other models while we wait for that to dry. Got to open up that airbrush cleaner. Nice. And then let's get this all cleaned out. Funny how it'll stop spraying white, and then you stick the airbrush cleaner in there, and then it's all white all the time. Oh, yeah, see a little bit of backup in there. Let's try to shake that out. Oh, yeah, we got a decent amount in there still, so let's take this reservoir off. Set this over here to dry out. We'll take our Q-tip. Let's try to get whatever out of there we can. Nice. Stick the airbrush cleaner in there. Let's do a couple drops. That was more than a couple. And then let's, yeah. Oh yeah, that white's still coming out. We're getting there. Oh, we're definitely getting there. Yep, we can still see it there in the bottom, so let's try to fish that out a little more. Oh, we are so close to getting that out. Ah, man. All right, let's stick a little more airbrush cleaner in there, just a couple drops. I say a couple, then it comes out like a tornado. All right. All right, we got some. All right, I think we'll be good for a moment. So I'll turn this back off. Let's see, I will unscrew this so that it has time to drip dry. And I'll stick my compressor back on the charger for just a few minutes. Now, while we wait for this to dry, so let's screw on our caps, make sure our paint doesn't dry out. And then we'll pull out a couple detail brushes. Oh yeah, here's something I can show you. So with the new Terminator models, and with so many of them coming cheap because of the push pin models, I decided to start a fun little project. I decided to make a true scale Terminator Ancient using the new true scale Terminator models. So what I got here is a true scale Terminator Sergeant, and I got some bits from the Blood Angels Assault Terminators. We got the banner here. I'm going to turn that into a Lamenter's Terminator Ancient. So, because we already have the true scale Terminator body, all I needed was the arm, and then we'll have a nice little Terminator Assault Ancient. Now, to make sure that we're covered for both melee and, just a regular Terminator Assault, I do plan on magnetizing it. That way we can use the bolter arm if we need to. If there's ever a situation that calls for it. So here we go. Here's our little, because I bought the Terminator Surgeon, I actually got a free little teleport beamer out of it. So, that's a little fun. Let's look at our Blood Angel bits. So, I did pick up a couple of the shield pauldrons because they were there. I said, even if I don't use them on this particular model, they'll still look real good on whatever Blood Angel units I put them on. So, I have this one that's the cup shape with the blood dot in it, and I have just a regular square one with the blood drop in it. So I was real happy to get those. I also got I'm going to put these down. I also got the Blood Angels Terminator, Assault Terminator head, where it's the guy who's snarling and his fangs are out like he's almost going to the Black Rage. So that'll be a fun face to put on this model. I just plan on, sticking that in there, maybe trimming it if I gotta, but, and it looks like I'll have to because it was, one of those push models, the head would just fit there normally, but, looks like I gotta trim this, neck a little bit to get him fitting in there. But I plan on, painting the head separately anyway, so I can get the full details on it. So let's put this head down here. I also have the left arm, which will hold the banner. There's this little area where this will just glue in there, creating a nice seamless look. So I'm excited about that. Oh yeah, and I'm realizing now there's not a pauldron for this, so I can get a real up close and personal, paint a pauldron on there, full Lamenter pauldron, and then glue it on the model after it's primed. So yeah, that'll actually work out perfectly. Very happy about that. So we'll stick this back up. And then I have two hammer arms. Since this one's going to be an ancient, I figure I'll have the arm that's pointing this distance to make it look like he's telling the other Terminators, yeah, over there, brothers, charge! So that'll be a real fun way to pose him. Just to cover my bases, and because it was cheap, I did grab another arm. Maybe I'll use it for a captain, maybe I'll use it for a chaplain. I'll have this spare arm for comments. Or I'll have this spare arm for some other project to use in the future. Nice. So let's go ahead and start building this guy. Why not? We can put this arm to the side since we're going to magnetize it. Oh shoot, here's the base over here. So great. let's start with the base. So we'll snip this bit right here, this bit over here, and this will just plug right into the Terminator base. Perfect. We'll just stick this over here for now. We have the back of the model. Let's go ahead and cut this sprue loose. Nice. Throw this clipping off to the side. Oh yeah, here we go. The other Terminator arm. This is where that other bolter arm is. So we'll have the hammer if we want to use it as an assault Terminator for that close combat. And then we'll have this for if we want to use it in regular Terminators for shooting combat. Very fortuitous. And then we have 2 extra Terminator Surgeon heads. Add that to our fun little bits pile. Oh yeah, and we'll also have an extra sword arm. Terminator sword arm. Not sure what we'll use it for, but we have that option when we want to. There we go. We'll add this to the bits pile. And we'll add... Oh, we still need that for now. We'll add this to the throwaway pile. I'll keep some sprue bits. I like to use them as a pellet to wick off my paint to when I'm dry brushing a model. But otherwise, I usually don't keep most the plastic sprues. I know you can turn them into a rules-legal Necron army, but as fun as it would be to make sprue Necrons, I don't have the time or patience to do that. So here we go. Let's cut off this little hanger here. Let's cut off this little bit here. Ooh, that came out a little too early, so let's cut that close. Nice. And then we'll cut out the last of this bolter casing. Looking good. We'll set that down. Because this is push pin, we don't need to glue a lot of these bits together. However, the... Oh shoot, what's it called? The banner and the banner arm, we do have to glue together. So let's go ahead and let that start drying. We'll do just a little drop in here. And then we'll stick those knuckles right where they ought to be. There we go. We'll probably have to hold it for a sec to make sure it sets. There we go. Yeah, that looks like that's staying in place. So let's set this down. We can take these legs and we'll attach them to the front here. There we go. Very sophisticated looking model. I really do love these new true scale Terminators. You know, we want our big Terminators to look big. There we go. That's looking real nice. So let's go ahead and stick this on the model base. Push that in. You know, the sad thing with these push-to-fit models is you can't get a lot of dynamic poses, but they are so much easier to start out with if you're a new Warhammer player. Well, yep, here's an extra sprue bit. We'll put this off to the side. Oop. So what's this? Oh yeah, the bolter casing. All right. Oh yeah, almost forgot the back. Let's go ahead and press this in. Almost got it. Uh-oh, I bent it. Am I missing something here? I hope I'm not missing something. Yeah, it should fit right into the back of this. Why isn't it fitting? Not pushing hard enough? There we go. Okay, there we go. That's looking much better. So there we go. Push to fit models. Some pushing required. Well, there we go. Well, one thought I had just now, since these are push to fit models, this bolter will already fit in there, so we don't need to magnetize it. So maybe instead of cutting this bit off and drilling magnet holes into both of them, maybe we just need to drill the one hole in here. Yeah, maybe take it from and ease that in there. We might be able to make that work. Not sure. We'll just have to play with it, I guess. It's already kinda in there. However, we are good to trim this bit here and stick the banner on it. Oh, but maybe not yet? Yeah, okay, now that I'm looking at it. So we could if we wanted to. Which is, oh wait, maybe the thing that's holding me up is from doing it right now. And we can at least trim this little excess bit here. Doink! There we go, there we go. Is how we get the paint in the corners, but yeah. Oh, and that to glue the head in. But what I can do is, I plan on gluing this in here, so I'm not worried about it. So I'll just set this down. I'll still give it some kind of zenithal when it's ready, and then I'll have to have it on some kind of sub-assembly. I think that'll be the safe way to do it. Yeah, let's try to model this one more time. Yeah, no, I think that'll look good. That should look good when and then we'll give it this snarling, angry head. Grr. Red thirst. Alright, yeah, that should look good. Just gonna... I'll hold off from sanding this bottom first. What I'll do is, since I already plan on cutting off a bit of this head bottom anyway, I'll glue it onto a sprue. Maybe this fella right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prime it Mephiston red, Zenithal it white, and then I'll brush it with Kislev flesh, and that should give it a good look. A flesh look. A look that looks like a person's face. So there we go. Let's go ahead and start gluing this on there. Doink. And we'll have to hold it in place while it sets. Nice. Let's hold it up, just let gravity weigh it down. TikTok does live music because this the slow jazz is a real nice vibe. While we let this dry, let's take another look at this hammer. So it's nice that it already has the start of a hole on there. How we're going to get it as thin as the hole in the push, we'll drill the magnets in there. I wonder if I have a magnet, or if I have a drill bit that thin anyway. That'll be a good thing to look at. Right here by the side for easy convenience, but well, I tried cleaning up my desk space, and it is cleaner, but not as clean as it could be. And the problem with cleaning things is when you clean it, you move it. So it could be better, could be worse. Better or worse, for better or worse. Okay, that's hurting my wrist, so I think this is probably as good as it'll need to be. So yeah, let's take this teleport beacon, put it to the side. We'll put it up here. Yeah, what we can do is... Oh yeah, here we go. These two tactical marines can guard the sergeant's head. The poor sergeant. Yeah, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. We have to guard the sergeant's head. Why do we have to guard the sergeant's head? Because the sergeant... Hear me out, Guildenstern. What if we just... Boop! Now that would be fun. Oh yeah, looking at this guy with how that Imperial Fist is dried on it. Nice. Okay, I'm very happy with it. See, it says my device is heating up. What does that mean? Well, okay, yeah. My device, ... is heating up. It's not that hot, though. Oops. I don't think it's playing jazz anymore. Yeah, this does not sound like jazz. What's this? Badges? I got badges? What do they do? Well, whatever they do, I have 4 of them. I guess that's nice. So it looks like they record different milestones I hit. Oh. Yeah, here's literally a milestone counter. I guess the question is, do I get anything when I collect these badges? It doesn't say. I press the button that has me check the... what's it called? The live verification thing. That was weird. So let's stick this back into... Let's see, here we go. Let's stick this back into the mount. And we can clean this up a little bit. Here we go. We still want to finish this Zenithal tonight. Oh yeah, and it's dry, so that's good. Let's see. Yeah, if we could just slide this in there. Oh, you know what? Some are kept inside of here, so let me see if maybe one of these will fit. Oh, no, I took it out. Dang it. That's on me for trying to keep myself organized. Okay. Let me check off to the side one more time, make sure that I didn't leave those in the... Oop. Nope. Well, wherever I put them, they're not with my other tools. Where could I have put them? That's the question. Well, whatever I was doing, it was clearly not smart. Other bits. There's some super glue. Some paint. Man. Well, I guess if nothing else, maybe I will have to magnetize it, because the bit I have here on my magnet is the size I like to do my normal magnets, so... Actually, yeah, this shouldn't be too hard of a thing to make work out. No, it's just a question of drilling through this push pin bit. And since it's not, well, that's, again, a tricky bit, because it's not full plastic, but there is this hollow section we have to make sure it doesn't get too loose. So yeah, probably the smarter thing is find that drill bit. But that sounds like we can finish the last little bit of this Phobos Librarian. All I gotta do is glue it to the base. Look how nice that base turned out. Very happy with it. And then from there, all I gotta do is... I like to paint the rims of the base a blue color, and then it'll be all set for tabletop. I already have some infiltrators and some, shoot, what are they called? The thing you can build in the infiltrator box set. Incursors. Infiltrators and incursors. So this is a brand new bottle of glue, so we do want to make sure it works right. So let's try to squeeze off just a little bit here where nobody will see it. We might have to squeeze it tight to break the seal. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze it tight, squeeze it tight. Oh wait, instructions. How convenient. What do they say? To puncture nozzle, turn cap until sound stops. Unscrew cap counterclockwise. So here we go. We'll want to squeeze it. Oh. Well, that's convenient. Then do I gotta... Okay, here we go. Let's squeeze. Ah! Oh, I got it all. Oh! Oh my goodness, that's super glue, all right. Shoot, that is some super duper super glue. Oh, I have regrets. Oh, I have regrets. Well, the super glue works. That's good. Oh, gosh. Well, that'll take a couple days to get off. Yep. Well, if nothing else, the super glue works. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this little bit, we're going to put it here where his foot indent goes. We got to be careful because as we just barely learned, this stuff comes out fast. There we go. Let's hold it down tight, make sure it stays. There we go. And we'll set the model down gently while it dries. Ah, that is exactly what we did not want to happen. So let's put a little more glue down. Let's put a little glue down where his foot indent goes. Ooh, he keeps sliding. Oh no, my glue spilled. Oh dear, I need more hands. Okay, well, let's keep this guy stood up for a moment while that glue dries. Let's make sure that glue didn't spill off to the side. It didn't. Man, the glue I spilled onto my hand is already pretty solid. So it is actually funny that the glue on my hand dried so quickly, but the glue here for this model hasn't. That's kind of sad, kind of funny. Maybe we'll put a little bit on the... There we go. There we go. That should hold it. Man. Alright, well, let's cap this glue before I glue another couple fingers together. Man, look at that. That got a good coat. That's probably going to kill some cells down there. Alright, for future streams, I'll wear a glove on both hands. Man, it's already nice and crusty. I am impressed, not gonna lie. Alright, so I'll go ahead and move these Terminator Ancient Bits out of the way. I'll move our Phobos Librarian up here. And then we'll get ready to Zenithal this attack vehicle again. And then we will be all set. Oh, I got some on my thumb. Yeah, be careful with super glue. Learn from my mistakes. Here we go. Let's adjust the box so that we can spray a little easier. Let's move this bubble wrap. We'll put it in the throwaway pile. Man. Yeah, that super glue is on there good. I'll have to see. I know super glue is not good for skin. Not quite sure, what the downside of it is, though, I'll admit. Anyone here in chat know what happens if you get super glue on your skin? I don't know how worried I should be about it. Man. I kind of wish I didn't get super glue on my hand. On the other hand, it has been fun to talk about. So what's the goals function? Adding live goals can consistently help. See 40% open. Oh, well, that's cool. Go pin. What's a pin? Oh, that's neat. Oh, so this is probably something I want to do start of the stream. Whoops. Yeah, I probably should have watched some of those stream tutorial videos. That's neat. Oh, so this is part of a challenge. I'll tell you, the super glue does dry fast, though. That is kind of neat. Nice. But yeah, that was fun to play with. Well, let's try to finish off this Zenithal tonight. Gonna put my brush back together here. Gonna pull my compressor off its charger. Put this back together. See, where's my medium airbrush? Or airbrush medium. Let's see, let's grab our matte white. Here we go. Set that at 35 psi, and let's mix this up. There we go, make a nice mix. We want it to be fairly thick, but the reason we have the airbrush medium is so that it doesn't come out too loose or too thick. The medium's to loosen it up. There we go. Spray our test. There's the old medium. And we have no white paint coming out. Absolutely none. Why is that? Okay, we got it working on the backflow test. So maybe let's try loosening this nozzle here. Maybe a little more. Oh, that helped. Now there we go. So yeah, let's loosen this up a little bit. There we go. Just had to fix the nozzle. And that actually did use up a decent amount of our airbrush medium, so let's just stick one drop in there. And then maybe 5 more drops of matte white, 5 or 6. There we go. That's a decent amount of paint in there. So let's go ahead and mix that up. Nice. Mix that up. Set this down. And now let's... Ooh, oh, shit, no! Oh, shit! Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I dropped everything. I dropped everything. Oh, shoot. Well, it doesn't look like anything really got into the carpet. Just a little bit. Oh. Okay, no. Okay, no, it didn't get in the carpet. Well, I'll tell you what, I was stressing. Well, shoot. Okay, well, let me clean this up a little bit. And then we can try that zenithal. Yeah, I know, my rig just fell right off my table. So let's loosen this up. We'll put it in a better spot. Shoot! And I'm dropping more stuff. Oh, man. This was going so well. Shoot. Yeah, let's tighten this back. I already had to fix it earlier tonight. I'm surprised it made me do it again. Shoot. Well, it could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse, in fact. Could have spilled more super glue on my hands. Alright. So, do we have any... Now we still have a little paint in here, but, yeah, let's top that off. There we go. Let's put a couple drops of medium in there. And maybe do, let's see, 2 drops to maybe, let's do 10 drops of matte white. There we go. Then we'll go ahead and mix that. .35 psi. And now let's test it. Yeah, nice and thick. All right, we'll do a couple small test sprays. Oh, yep, that looks good. Yeah, that looks real good. I'm impressed. We're getting that nice zenithal highlight. Yeah, all right, that looks good. We'll let that pool, and then we'll have to decide if it needs any more. Let's see, let's get these rotors a little bit. Rotors where I've been holding it, so makes sense that it's not fully sprayed there. So we'll set that down real quick. And then we'll start cleaning out our airbrush. Maybe we'll just give it just a second. Yeah, no, let's watch it. We'll go ahead and clean out the airbrush. And then we should be all set. Perfect. Let's go ahead and clean. Oh, shoot, spilling medium. Well, it's not medium, it's airbrush cleaner. This is not my night. Okay, I think this is all cleaned out. Let's stick a Q-tip in there just to make sure. Yep, that looks good. Alright, well, I have made a handy little mess for myself to clean up tonight, so I'll have to... Yeah, I got a little bit of cleanup, mostly on myself, though. Thankfully, the carpet's fine, so I'm thankful for that. Alright, well, thanks again, everyone who joined us tonight. It's been a pleasure. Thanks again for all your comments, your likes, and thanks so much for helping this be a fun time together. So I just got to figure out how to... Let's see. Oh, stickers. I could have been putting stickers up this whole time? Well, that would have been fun. Let's go What are these other buttons? Music, I'm already listed. Sound effects? Oh, that would have been... That would have been fun. Let's just be my guest sticker. Oh, so I could, like, have this for when people give awards. That would have been nice. I'll have to spend more time figuring out how this works. Drawn guess? I can... Oh, well that would have been cool. Lightning Q&A, what's... Oh, that's cool. Text poll. Oh, I'll have to figure out how to use those. All right, well, thanks again, everyone. Have a great night.